As Faraday Future's planned launch of the FX Super One around the end of June approaches, they've echoed previous statements that this will be a pivotal moment in their mass market strategy, aiming to redefine the premium business and family vehicle segment in America. Likewise, the company expanded its market reach by delivering its first FF91 2.0 in New York, entering the East Coast market. To support further ambitions, FF secured $41 million in new funding to support their FX ramp-up, AI R&D, and market expansion. They reported a 21% growth in net assets compared to the prior quarter, indicating improved financial stability. Additionally, 1,300 non-binding paid orders for the FX Super One were received, signaling strong market demand. Moving ahead, the company still needs to address significantly relying on components sourced from China, which may be impacted by recent tariff increases. In response, FF stated it's leveraging its domestic supply chain, collaborating with suppliers to localize production in the U.S., working with governments to mitigate tariff impacts, and aiming to maintain a competitive advantage while contributing to U.S. job creation. Add to that, FF's revenue for the first quarter was $0.3 million, highlighting limited monetization of its flagship product. Things to keep an eye on will be Faraday Future's so-called commitment to providing clear and competitive pricing for its vehicle lineup, with detailed pricing for the first FX product set to be published closer to its release. As for the mass market strategy and branding, Matthias Eight, Global Co-CEO, explained that FF will reconcile brand identity with FX's mass market target by incorporating high-end features from the FF91 into the FX models, while maintaining the FF91 as the flagship innovation showcase. The approximately 1,300 FX Super One B2B orders placed by Skyhorse Auto LLC and JC Auto do not affect Q1 guidance, but are reflected in future delivery timelines. When management addressed questions about resuming open market insider stock purchases after the post-earnings blackout period, Matthias confirmed that FF leadership plans to align with stakeholder interests by purchasing stock post-blackout, following SEC regulations, and disclosing details as required. Then, Faraday Future founder and co-CEO, YT Jia, provided an update on the company's progress during a recent investor call. He discussed the implementation of management tools aimed at improving the structured and logical thinking within the team. This follows positive feedback from investors after the first weekly update was released, showing their interest in the company's management approach. It was also mentioned FF intends to open online B2C refundable paid pre-order collection alongside the FX Super One launch event, hoping to reach a combined total of around 10,000 paid pre-orders from B2B and B2C channels within 48 hours after the launch. They also plan to launch another potential hit product for FX, the disruptor of RAV4 in AI EV era, in Q3. FF plans to scale FX's B2B sales by inviting FFPAR candidates to join their online co-creation direct sales ecosystem. They are actively welcoming large B2B partners, including car rental companies and MCN organizations, into their business network. In phase 1 of their go-to-market strategy, they plan to enter 7 high-priority U.S. states: California, New York, Florida, Texas, Washington, New Jersey, and Nevada. These states represent some of the strongest demand and highest concentrations of EV users, which are critical footholds for swift breakthroughs in volume deliveries. Alongside these plans, Faraday Future released the first rear design rendering of the FX Super One, garnering positive feedback for their design language. Their second and third lines of FX prototype mules have continued public road testing. Then, although there's been progress in that FF submitted their Q1 report ahead of schedule, it was still later than the standard they aimed to meet, highlighting the need for further improvement in internal financial systems. Timely financial reporting is also crucial for enabling executive stock purchases. Earlier this year, delayed filings prevented executives from increasing shareholding. The founder and co-CEO promised to use 100% of their after-tax bonus to purchase FF shares on the open market, subject to legal and regulatory restrictions. Now, when talking about Faraday Future's focus on 4 Tier 1 task streams under their strategic goals and pillars from S0 to S7, S1 covers user ecosystem. Their sales team is pushing forward with more pre-orders. All areas of S2, S3, and S4, product development, supply chain, and product execution and delivery, are reported to be progressing well. FX models, including the Super One, will adopt Tesla's NACS, North American Charging Standard. The company plans to share updates on this rollout and explain key user benefits of NACS next week. Additionally, their EE system and IAI system are compliant with current ICTS regulations, and they will begin working on integration and adaptation for a future potential iteration of the Super One. Lastly, under S7 capability and system buildup, and operations, FF is confident that their new Vice President of Supply Chain for FX Middle East and China, Mr. Yan Haibo, will help accelerate execution of their FX strategy and ensure timely product delivery with his extensive global experience in supply chain management at leading auto companies. YT provided an update on the status of their factory in Hanford, California during a Q&A session. They confirmed that they have a 1.1 million square foot facility, which is one of the larger EV plants in the US, second only to Tesla's Fremont facility. Currently, they are preparing a flexible production line with a planned capacity of over 30,000 units to support mixed production of both FF and FX models. The full potential of the factory has not yet been realized due to funding constraints which have forced prioritization of critical projects. However, preparations for mass production of their first FX product are moving quickly, with plans to shift into full production mode once key agreements are signed and components arrive in volume. YT also mentioned that they intend to oversee everything on site during the ramp-up phase. For more on crypto and stocks, follow Ascencore. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.